Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Man Behind Ministry podcast. As always, I'm your host, Minister Ryan Smith of the Virgin Street Church right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This one is a real honor. He doesn't accept this, but I refer to him as the GOAT personally because his music, his influence, his mastery on the board, his ability to mix, his ability just to arrange and collaborate with several other musicians, man, it is second to none. We have the musician himself, the GOAT himself, coming to us from the Crenshaw Church and the LA Metroplex, Daryl Burnett. Yeah. So if you in our brotherhood and you don't know him, I question if you're even alive because it just doesn't make sense if you don't know who this dude is. But we're not gonna waste no more time. let's, let's, let's go. What's going on, bro? How you doing? You know I had to get you, man.
Boy, you wow. That was hilarious.
Yes, sir. But uh jokes aside, man,
He
no,
did
seriously.
he did that because just because I got him. So
He got me
yeah,
while while we were on the wagon screen,
right.
man.
Yeah. So
Nevertheless, Lamb. But now on a serious tip, though, man, you definitely been an influence on my life musically, and I know anyone who listens to you, regardless of what phase of music you were in, whether you were in Tennessee with New Image, even where you are now, just some of the albums you put together, man. That's your music is definitely ministry minded, man. So I appreciate you personally, and I know those who listen to you do as well.
yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hmm.
You know I appreciate you too, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
most
of course.
definitely,
Your
most definitely.
encouragement, you always encouraging, and I appreciate that, bro.
For sure. For sure. That's what the brotherhood is about, man. A lot of times people try to compete and all this stuff, man. But one minister said, lighthouses don't compete, they just shine. So,
Absolutely. I like that.
yeah,
Like that.
for sure. You ready to jump into this, bro?
Let's go. Let's
Cool.
go.
Cool. So obviously let's start with your last name. You're Burnett, and that means something that holds a lot of weight in our brotherhood. Man, every single one of you all can sing. Man, and
Yeah.
that's you don't find too many families like that. But when you mention the Burnett family, music definitely comes to mind. What's it like, man, just being a part of a family of such great history when it comes to singing?
Well, being a Burnett, like you said, all of us can sing, but there's a reason why all of us can sing and sing like we do.
Hmm.
We were trained and brought up to sing, and not only to sing, but to sound a certain way and sing a particular part. My mom and
Hmm.
dad were particular. Hey, you need to sing tenor, you need to sing bass, soprano, even in congregational singing, bro. My mom and dad made sure we sung harmony and made sure that we knew how to sing and knew what to sing. Just coming up with my mom and dad, of course, my mom and dad have more of an operatic background,
Hmm.
um, so they so we listened to all that kind of music. So we learned the fundamentals, and when we grew up, we listened to all acapella music.
For sure.
So Sunday morning, when we're at home on the way to church, coming back from church, you put all five of us in the car, and we had our acapella CDs. And I'm just talking about acapella music in general, different choirs, different groups, and just by having that background, listening to acapella, and just growing up, you get an innate ear for that kind of music, and it,
Hmm.
it really about um,
Yeah.
your parents egging you on, and more than edging you on, like, hey, sing tenor, or you know what's going.
I know that's right. Had y'all like the Jacksons. Hey, you better sing it and sing it right.
Yeah, Burnett 5, Jackson 5. That's it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's real. I mean, I've having a stint in youth ministry in Texas. That's when I really got really fluent with the Burnett family. I know your parents. I know all your siblings. Sang with you. Sang with Carol. Sang with really all of them. I've had some, if not for a long period of time, but I've had at least one musical encounter with every single one of you guys, and so it's definitely appreciative, and it means a lot to so many. Talk about music, man. Even though there's five of you, you all came from the same background musically, but there's
Hmm.
something uniquely different about you. When people listen to your music, man, it's drastically different. It Man, I wouldn't even. It's almost like when you look at like R&B or hip hop, you have those artists who are independent, right? So they have a
Right.
different sound. Your sound kind of it's a sophistication, kind of like a. Let me see. Let me think about it. You are musically. It just dawned on me. This is how good you are, and you gonna. You
Here we go.
are. You are the Lupe Fiasco of the Church of Christ.
Oh man.
hmm
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
your sophistication musically, the complexities of it, man, the depth of your music, man, it's unique, it's different, and I have all your music. You don't compromise your sound. It's consistent, man. What motivates your style of music, man?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but I grew up. I was kind of a loner, especially when I was at home. I just grew up. I was always in my room, even when everybody was out. All the family was out in the den talking and laughing. I was in my room with headphones on, listening to a lot of different styles of music. And if you notice my music, it's kind of like a lot of different styles infused, but mainly jazz and
Mm-hmm.
acapella with a little bit of classical in there, of course. My
Yeah.
mom and dad's infusing um, my mom and dad's influence. So that kind of drove my style. I just kind of, as I was just sitting by myself, I was just kind of thinking, and of course my specialty is arranging. I like to arrange music, so I would just make music my own style, how I heard it in my head,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where a lot of that came from.
Yeah.
My music style came from.
Okay. Nice. You mentioned kind of combining those last two questions. You obviously came from the Burnett family, and you're obviously the father of two awesome singers with Dajane and Chanel.
Hey, baby.
Um, yeah. You say what?
I said, hey, babies.
Right. What's up, Dodgy? What's up, Shiny baby? But yeah, man. And so, do you think that how you were influenced to sing from your parents, did you pass that down? You know what I mean? Because they're talented, obviously not just from you, but from their mother as well. Stephanie, both of you guys are super talented. But I mean, how does that feel? It's one thing to have that talent, but then just to see that talent also in your children, your offspring, man, that's got to be awesome.
Yeah, so just having a good relationship with my daughters, and just by them being in the car with us or being in the car with me, and just what I'm listening to, and kind of just showing them different kind of music and saying, hey, look, listen to this, and let me know what you hear. Hey, listen to this and see if you like it, Daj, Neil, and tell me what you think. And just watching them, and they're watching me in the studio sometimes and
Mm-hmm.
recording with me. I think it just naturally kind of progressed on to them, kind of uh, flowed on to them. So I think, especially with me and their mom, I don't think they really had a choice but to love
Right,
music themselves.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's similar with my parents as well. Both of them musically inclined.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost a crime if we didn't sing something.
That's correct.
It's expected. So
Hmm.
that's cool. We know you're in the LA area now, but you spent quite a bit of time in Tennessee. And one of the awesome aspects that came from Tennessee was New Image. I mean, we can't get out of here without talking about New Image, man. And I mean, that group is so impactful, even to this day. Just the impact that you guys made, where you didn't really see a lot of all male groups like that, and you guys really set the stage for cats like myself. You look at the truth, man. When we first got together, we really thought of you guys and just the talent that you guys had, man. Talk to us about New Image.
So New Image. I was in the Nashville Youth Chorus, so that's where it all started from. So we were all in Nashville Youth Chorus, and it's just really a blessing to have those caliber guys in the same group.
Mm-hmm.
You have just us New Image guys, and we just decided, hey, let's sing something one time I think we were singing at a youth day in Paducah, Kentucky, and we just decided to get some songs together. But we realized, how much we love music, how much music was in our souls, built
Yeah.
in with, and we just said, hey, let's do something. But when you got guys that are talented, like like the guys that are in New Image, you got to do something kind of special. It's just
Yeah.
you don't want to get up there and just sing just a regular 4-part song. So we just said, well, let's do something on a different level, a more professional level. So we just kind of got together, and the rest is history. And
Yeah.
we got together, started singing, developed a great relationship, and New Image came about, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that origin story, man. It makes you appreciate that end result, man. A lot of people look at the end result, but I always look at the origin, like what brought you guys together. So it's really, really dope to hear
Another thing that helped out too is just when you think of all the individual group members, we really knew how to stay in our lane and know how to play to our roles too. So
That's big.
a lot of times you got groups and they're competing for the same role. So I knew what this guy was good at. They know what I'm good at, and they say, hey, do what you do, and we'll follow you, because we realize your craft is what you're good at, and we're gonna follow that. So that's what made us good together.
Yeah, nah, and that's really important, because you talk about, and that's biblical even, where it talks about the diversity of gifts. And I said recently in a series, unity is not us literally doing and saying the same thing. That's not unity. Unity is being different and using our different abilities and our differences to, for the same cause and the same purpose. So yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Absolutely, bro.
Great stuff,
Absolutely.
man. Some of the preachers, in preachers we have what's called your double barrel. You can sing and preach, and we ain't gonna get into all the stuff you mentioned before we started this episode.
Cause you got like 6 barrels, bro. Don't play with me. Don't play.
But similar to the singing preacher, man, you're similar also to another Chi-Town artist, Kanye. He's a producer rapper. You're a producer singer, man, and so there it has to be an advantage musically to be able not only to sing but also to produce as well, man. What is, how does it feel being that gifted?
Well, I think just when you have a musical mind like mine, or like Kanye or somebody like that,
Mm-hmm.
you want to make sure that you can get out what's in your mind and put it
Yeah,
on tape. And a lot of times it's hard for other people to put down what you feel. So I
yeah,
had to actually sit down and kind of work on that craft. And from start, I went to Southwestern and learned a little bit, but most of it I just sat down and kind of learned on my own, so I could make sure I got what was in my head down on tape.
mm-hmm.
So it just comes with a lot of hard work and a lot of determination, and making sure that what you hear in your head is put down on music. And I think that's where I learned how to do both so well, because
Mm-hmm.
I sat down for hours and hours and hours just saying, hey, I got to get this right. This is what I hear. And when you work with some people too, you can record stuff, but it's just not how you want it. So you just like, that's good, but I just wanted it this particular way. So you gotta, when you don't want to trust everybody to your whole craft, you just gotta say, hey, you gotta do it yourself. You
No,
gotta
that's
do it
real.
yourself. So
That's real. That's true. That's what one of my mentors taught me. Sometimes if you want it done right, at least the first time, do it
yeah,
yourself so they have an example to follow. They got a skeleton,
yep,
and that makes
yeah.
a whole lot of sense. So you talked about your time in Texas, growing up with the fam. You mentioned Southwestern. That's obviously, that speaks for itself. I mean, we Southwestern probably mentioned every episode, just because
Right.
you can't talk church
Hey, they do it.
of
Yeah.
Christ without Southwestern. So that speaks for itself. You mentioned your time in Nashville. Now you're in California. What led you to California, and talk about your involvement with the congregation where you are locally there?
So California, originally came here with my cousin. I was just looking for a job, and him and his wife, Chris Mitchell, and his
Mm-hmm.
wife Shalon helped me find a job, and I just kind of acclimated here. And I really came to California, believe it or not, because I was just so busy in Nashville. I think it was just a good way to say, hey, whew, it's a reason I can just kind of sit back and chill.
For sure.
But when God has a purpose and a gift for you, that gift is gonna find you wherever you go. So I'm more busy here than I ever was in
I'm about to say
Nashville or
you went to
Texas.
you went to LA. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen.
I, you know, I know a few people knew me, but I said, it's some talented people there. I'm gonna go and just chill for a bit. But when you love God and you really believe in the talent that He gives you and the gift that He gives you, he's gonna make room for it
For
wherever
sure.
you are,
For
and in
sure.
a mighty way. So I work with the church. I'm a youth minister there.
Hmm.
I directed the Pepperdine Gospel Choir,
Nice.
student choir for a while. I sung I directed the LA Mass Youth and Young Adult
Hmm.
Choir, a cappella choir. Of course, I sung with Psalm 6 for a little bit when we sung in Florida those few times. So it's just, I just been busy here too. So
Yeah.
I just said I'm gonna relent, Lord, and just let you use me in my gift,
Yeah, that's
however you
good.
see fit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like as they say, your reputation it preceded you in a good way, though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, being a Burnett though, it's like you, yeah, that name is gonna travel. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah.
that makes a whole lot of sense, and it's crazy like talking about Texas and Dallas and LA. You know, I spent a little time. My wife's from the LA area,
Yes,
and
sir.
yeah, and just the churches and how they're connected. It reminds me a lot of like Youth for Christ in Dallas. You know,
Mhm.
they're very very much connected. So it's
And then
almost
I'm
like God
dealing,
groomed you.
yeah, and then I'm dealing with my wife, Ernika Burnett. Is
Mm-hmm.
her whole family? They sing too, just not. They
Mm-hmm.
don't like to sing as much as we do, but they sing too. Her brother John is and Evan and Ivan all are
Yeah.
great bassists, and then you got her nephew TJ and David.
Mm-hmm.
They're great singers within themselves. So it's not that I moved here and married a non-singing family, but
Yeah.
my my extended family sings as well. So I just was like, hey, I
Yeah.
got it
So
on both sides.
yeah. So that added to your schedule for
Add it
sure.
to it, yeah. So.
Nice, man. Nice. The episode going so well, man, but we tta talk about the star, man, and Cowboys took that hard loss to the Eagles, man.
We beat ourselves, man.
Yep.
We had the game 27 seconds. We were on the 5 yard line, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
5 yard
5 or 10 yard line.
five or
Yep.
10 yard line, and penalties just killed us, man.
Yep.
And I don't care what anybody says, we're better than the Eagles, and they know it. And it's gonna be trouble when they come see us in the Texas Stadium.
You
It's gonna be
heard it.
trouble.
You heard it here first.
It's gonna be trouble.
Cowboys. I didn't say it. The guest said it
Yeah,
himself, man. And when the GOAT DB says something, you might want to listen. So
they know it too. They all
yeah.
know it. They know it. Especially the Smeagol. I mean the Eagle fans. Excuse me.
There you go. Dope, man. It's funny because last week we had Osborne on, and he was of course an Eagles fan from Dallas. Somehow became an Eagles fan. It's crazy to me. Yeah, yeah.
Mm, that's
um,
ridiculous.
it
You
is.
didn't. You still interviewed him?
Unfortunately, I did. I
Okay.
did. I
All right.
did. And it was. I did it for the crest. I didn't do it for him. I did it for the crest.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my home congregation, right? I was born and raised
Yeah.
in Cedar Crest.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call it
Okay.
the mother church for a reason.
Yeah. He get a pass for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Obviously, we talked about your expertise and your experience, man, and there may be some cats on who are contemporaries, those who are coming up, man, who, man, they're trying to get into the music game. What's some advice you could share with those who are aspiring to be where you are, or just get into the music game?
Yeah. I would just tell everybody just to be comfortable with your gift. Even if you sound different, even if you think it's just too
That's good.
different for people, just be comfortable with your gift. Just with me with acapella music. I was always different because people in school, all my friends liked the rap and R&B and just other types of music. Nothing's wrong with that, but I was always loving jazz and acapella. And
Mm-hmm.
you won't realize how much people can love that music until they are exposed to it. Even kids, when they're exposed to it and they listen to it, they would learn an appreciation for it. So that's why we need people like me, like you are out there that are different but has something else to bring. Somebody will love it. So stay in your gift, stay in your talent. I think it'll take you a lot further than trying to be a copy of somebody else.
Man, great advice. Couldn't have said it better myself. Man, those who don't know, man, I'm a straight shooter. I point out the obvious, man. We got to talk about this man's dedication, man. If you haven't noticed yet, this man is recording in the car. You know what I'm saying? This man is in the car. This man, but this man was committed to hopping on and making it happen. So, bro, again, we appreciate you.
Anytime, bro. I appreciate it. I had to get on, man. I couldn't wait. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I
Yes, sir.
appreciate you too. That's why I'm doing it for you, Ryan. I appreciate you,
Most
bro.
def, most def. Another dope connection that we have, man. And so I pray in our prayers that, man, if you've been rocking with us this whole episode, that you've been blessed by this episode. We don't know whose life this may have touched. If this has blessed your life in any way, this is a ministry, believe it or not. Like this content, share it, bless somebody else with the time that my bro and I have shared. Yeah, I mean, before we go, as obviously you well connected, how can the people find you in the ministry on social media?
Just find me, Daryl M. Burnett. If you look at my music, just Daryl M. Burnett, Daryl M. Burnett, and you can find all my music there, and just purchase it and listen to it, or whatever you want to do. And I appreciate it.
For sure. Definitely check out his content. You won't be disappointed, man. We appreciate you. Those who've been rocking with us, as a reminder, we do this every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until the next episode, God bless you. God keep you. Peace.